Welcome back, everyone. Yes, it's Somber Tuesday with Trotter Furlong, handicapper, commander of all the handicappers. Nice jacket.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is my Alabama jacket last year.
We've seen this jacket before.
We're superstitious, us handicappers.
Right.
I had a big Alabama last week. I wore
Last year.
last year. I wore this jacket, so don't change it. If
Okay.
it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Except we have one problem here. Zozo, your pick last week. Zozo, so-so.
Not so-so. He didn't run a lick. He was
Do you
out
think he's still running?
Yeah, he was out near the lead and kind of just collapsed. And Dutrow won a big stakes race this weekend, and one of the few horses that he's had that didn't run, and that's just part of the game. You like a horse, on paper he looks great, but the race ain't run on paper. So he didn't run a good look, and kind of what we do, we turn the page and
move on.
And you look for another horse to play.
Yeah.
And
now, did you know early on in the race he wasn't going to show up?
It looked like he was up near the lead, but when push came to shove, it looks like he didn't have anything in the tank. I don't know if he bled, and that's when they had Lasix to a horse, or maybe he just wasn't feeling well that day, and that's part of the game with us. You look at a horse, he looks great. Dutrow has 40% winning percentage, second out with horses, and this one just didn't fire.
Didn't fire. All right, last week was the Battle of Saratoga. That has nothing to do with history, by the way, but it has to do with selecting the best handicapper. That's supposed to be your gig. You were supposed to come in as the handicapper.
Oh, trust me, I was disappointed. Bradley Graham wins it.
Good handicapper.
Right, 110,000 from North Carolina. He beat out 273 people. I lost a couple photos early. Kind of changes. I had a 10-1 shot, get shoved wide. I get run down by a 12-1 shot on the inside. Kind of changes. You're always chasing. You're behind. Now the prices start where you got to go find value. 8-1, 9-1, 10-1. Right. It's a different game. Being on that lead, being up near the lead, you don't have to go looking for long shots all day. And then I got behind day one, and day two you got to stretch. You can't, play favorites. They're not going to get you anywhere. So.
All right, it gives you something to shoot for next year.
Oh, that's all right. But there's still a big path yet for Vegas. There's a couple more contests coming up. So. Hey, you don't hit that day, the next day, everything turns right for you. I won one on Express Bet, picked up $10,000 for it. I went 6-10 that day. So that's how this game is. I mean, sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold, and you can't figure it out.
I don't know how you do it. Now, look, we got a couple of picks for this week with the rain and all that stuff. But big news this week, Alabama.
Yeah,
Alabama Stakes.
Right. No, well, this is the Philly version of the Travers. It looks like Mott holds a strong hand in this. He's got a nice horse running. They haven't drawn the field yet, so we're not sure who's going to be running this Saturday. But the weather looks beautiful. Low 70s. Right. All the girls will be out dressed up to the nines for that. This is their weekend.
You don't mean the Phillies? Or maybe
yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean the Phillies. No, but it's a fun weekend up here. I mean, if you're not doing anything, if it's not on your calendar, drive up. I mean, the weather looks absolutely beautiful, and we've talked about it. Saturday at Saratoga they have dialed in for this weather, and they're going to have another big crowd.
Well, you know what? You always think the Travers is big, but I like the Alabama. There's something about the spirit of that day.
It's probably one of my favorite weekends of the whole year. The Travers you get where you get the big crowds and you can't move. This is a little lesser, and it's still great racing. I mean, for me, those kind of undercards that you get, there's a lot of money out there, and it's a good day to make money.
Now, when Trotter says they haven't picked the field yet, for those of you who don't follow racing, that means they haven't selected the horses. Now, it's Tuesday. The race is Saturday, a little bit late. But you were saying before that Mott has a lot to do with the horses, right?
Right. I think he'll have a nice horse running in this race. The name of the horse is called Size.
Yeah.
And he looks, Mott's been firing as he usually does. Has his horses geared for Saratoga. Horse has been training well, and we'll just see kind of what post position he draws and who else is in the race. As I kind of look, how does the race shape up for the horse? So as we get closer to the date, we'll know more about the race.
I got you. Now, heavy rain we're forecasting tonight, leading into tomorrow. Looks like a sloppy track again, but you've got a couple of picks in mind.
Right. Well, I told you before, I like an off track. To me, I think I have a little advantage. I do some breeding play into it, and we start off race 2. Number 6, Broadway Bay, Castellano. The horse is out of a Flower Alley. Flower Alley ran a big race up here in the mud years back. I think it won the Whitney. And I think this horse is bred for the slop. Bruce Brown trains the horse. The horse is going second out. He ran a nice race.
Switch back to
first
us.
out. He ran a nice race first out. And Bruce Brown isn't really known for his first time out. So I think this horse, second time, getting on the sloppy track, will be a nice play in 5-2, nice square price. I don't like the favorite in the race at all. Didn't
Oh,
run.
you don't?
I
Okay.
don't. So I think you're going to get a square price. And Castellano's been riding great up here.
Yeah, good. Okay.
He's our leading jockey, and he is on a lot of the best horses, but he finds ways to win on horses that aren't the best in the race. Yesterday, he stole one on the front end. I think this horse has a real nice shot, and the guys have been razzing me a little that I haven't thrown out a winner here on Look TV this year,
I know.
so I got to come out with this one. And then we're going to go to race 6.
Yes, okay.
Kind of a quirky little bet here. This race is supposed to be on the turf. With the weather, it's going to come off. I hope that this horse stays in. Number 9, hear the footsteps.
Back to us.
Read the footnotes. The horse is out of a read the footnotes. A Smoke Lackland loves the slop. He's going to be 5-1. I think the MTOs in this race are going to take a lot of money. But I think this horse has a real shot. Bred for the slop. Jose Ortiz is on the horse. He's been riding tremendous. I mean, he's not our leading jockey, but between
That's
him,
right.
and Irad, they've been riding lights out. And this horse is going to set a nice stalking trip. It looks like there's going to be a lot of speed in the race, and he's going to be right there in position. You're going to get a nice square price. Like I said, the 3 MTOs are probably going to take all the money, and this horse is going to get lost in the wagering. So.
Oh, all right.
Hear the footsteps.
gotcha.
I think we'll make a nice score on this horse tomorrow.
All right, so pay attention out there. Next week we'll check in, see what happened in the
I'm
Alabama.
due.
And we're due on these too.
Oh,
all right?
yeah. I think we got 2 winners for you tomorrow. So after I pull these off, then the boys can get off my back a little.
That sounds good. Trotter, thanks a lot.
Thank
and then
you.
remember, we want to see a different sport jacket next week. All right?
Well, hey, if I pull out a $10,000 weekend this
Oh,
weekend,
yeah.
I might wear it the rest of the meet, you know. I've had shorts that I haven't changed 3 days in a row because I've won. So we get superstitious. So if I'm winning, and you might see this jacket again.
All right, Trotter, I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
See this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.